What is up, everybody? It's Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe Show, the home of Epic Conversations, and I'm the host of Epic Conversations. 2018 Innovation Award winner, given out by the Canadian Ethnic Media Association. 2020 Best Podcast News Award winner, given out by the Canadian Ethnic Media Association. I also co-host and co-produce the only online show in the world for dads and fathers. It's sponsored by Dove Men Plus Care. And being part of that team, we've reached out directly and indirectly to over 400,000 dads, fathers, and male caregivers around the world. As always, I'd like to say you're blessed, highly favored, a magnet for miracles, and a solution for someone's problem. Just mentioning with Dove Men Care, our team and Dove Men Plus Care. Did I say Dove Men Care? It's just Dove Men Plus Care. That's correct. Dove Men Plus Care. We're going to be doing a campaign that will give you a little bit more information as it gets closer for Father's Day. We're going to be collaborating with them, and it's going to be specifically targeted to LinkedIn. So we will talk to you about that as that event gets closer. But hey, this Sunday is Mother's Day. And speaking, I was wondering where he is, but he's here. But we are really excited about this Monday being Mother's Day. And let me bring up my co-host of the most, along with Ryan, who won't be with us today, but my co-host today, Eatalicious.
Yeah.
Eatalicious.
No. Good morning, Dr. Vibe, the vibe of the city.
You know what? I'm going to be recording that. I can record that. How are you and the Dundas family this morning?
We're feeling fantastic. A little tired.
Yeah, well, that would make sense.
Yeah, yesterday was a long day, boy.
That would make sense. And how is... I bring a little bit of feedback
on mine.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm gonna go on.
Yeah, I'm hearing it.
I'm gonna go down
a little bit of feedback.
There we go.
Okay. All right. I think. Still a little bit of feedback going on.
Okay, hold on.
All right. As Roger is
adjusting and fixing.
Yeah,
this is what happens when you don't sign on 10 minutes before.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying. You don't want to know what happened.
Okay. I think it's still a little bit there when I speak. No problem. As you're getting that organized, I want to say welcome to everybody. How has your week been? That's a little bit different for me. I haven't done a live show since Monday. Doesn't mean that nothing's going on. There's a whole lot going on. And, and Roger has been very busy over the last few days getting things down for restaurant week. I'm not hearing it now, but now I can't hear him. Hilarious. But yeah, I want to say good morning to everybody. We're broadcasting live on May 9th. It sounds like we're going to be getting some. I'm still hearing. No, I think it's gone.
Yep.
It's gone. Yeah, because I think it's the earpods thing, because the microphone earpods gets the.
I think we need new equipment. I'm gonna have to check with the Biblax finance team and see if we can get
something for a capital expenditure.
Yeah,
Hey, I want to know. We don't want to get too into it, but Roger and his beautiful wife Camille have two very talented kids. I mean, and I know them, but just the things that Roger shares with me, all the incredible things that they're involved in, is just amazing.
Yeah, it's very tiring.
I hear you.
I'm basically a driver. That's what I am. That's my number one job, and then I work with Biblax and Culturetics part-time. Yeah.
How are things? How are things going with coming up, starting on Monday?
You know what? Everything is as it should be, in terms of a lot of articles written, a lot of influencer coverage coming. Going to be starting to post it of those. Will start get posted from today, I think. and I've been to almost every restaurant now. I think I only have one left to go to. I think there's only one left to go to on my list. Yeah, from the participating restaurants on the in Ontario. So that's specifically, that's what I thought. All the restaurants participating in Ontario. From we went to the Windsor one. We had food from the Windsor one when we were there for Ryan's conference.
Yes.
And Zula Eats. Yep. And we also had food. I had food from Bacchanal up in Ottawa as well. Bacchanal is one of my favorite restaurants too. But she's not even a restaurant anymore. She's a ghost kitchen.
There you go. You know what? We're making the thought that people know about Restaurant Week. they may not know. So let's just give a little background on it before we go into break, and then bring up some of the restaurateurs.
Yeah. So Restaurant Week started in 2021 in the middle of the pandemic. Really, the goal was to help and assist the restaurants in their marketing efforts and building more brand awareness. I like to say that luckily for Black-owned restaurants, we were not predominantly dine-in establishments, so we still were a lot of takeout places. I'd say over 80% of them are takeout, so they were able to exist still without having to close because they could still offer that takeout option. So that was a good thing, but still a number of them have closed since 2021 until now. So that was the initial concept, was to do it twice a year, a spring edition and a fall edition, kind of going counter with the city of Toronto's Winterlicious, Summerlicious. But we quickly found that without, as a small company, with a small, lean staff, it was very hard to maintain 2 restaurant weeks in 1 year. It's so much work to do it, to coordinate with all the different Black community associations across the country and all the destination marketing organizations, all the different media houses, pitching 40, 50 restaurants to get publicity across how many, almost 100 different media houses. It's a lot. It's a lot of work, but I think it's fruitful when you see the success of restaurants who get it. At the end of the day, what we want to see is the restaurants thrive and
win. Yes. Win. We want to see. We want to have them, as I said to one of our participants in the warm up before we went live. We want them to score goals and get wins.
100%. So that I love to see that, and I mean, I have a focus on more mom and pop locations. I would say our standalone locations. So I'm not really interested in Sunrise, and Ritz and the chains, joining Restaurant Week. That's not the thought. The thought is to continue to promote those standalone restaurants that really need that marketing support, that don't have that corporate, fluff of marketing dollars to help them. So really that's what it's all about. So yeah, and it's across the country, it's national. We've had restaurants participate from 9 provinces overall. And this year, of course, it's from 6 provinces: Alberta, British Columbia, Ontario, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and Prince Edward Island.
Nice. Don't know if I've asked you this as long as we've known each other, but in regards to Black Restaurant Week, what would you need financially and resource-wise to run it successfully twice a year?
Whoa, that's a big budget number.
That's why you and I like to think big, so that's why I'm putting it out there, and I don't think I've ever asked you that, so I'm just curious.
So each restaurant is roughly, if you want to put it at like $500 to $1,000 per restaurant to market it properly. If we were to do everything, like, one of the things that a lady that runs Restaurant Week in Bolivia, I met her. Just happens that she works with Dalhousie University now.
Okay.
And she showed me her whole blueprint of how they do it, right? So the thing that they do differently is that they charge the restaurants to participate. So they're looking for, they're only looking for dine-in, like, fine dining restaurants, which in the Black community, that's not a high number.
No.
Right? So it's not a high number. So we would probably have 12 restaurants. No, I shouldn't say that. We could get more than that. But, it's not a high number. It's not a high number. So that's how she does it. And then they would send a photographer to go to the restaurants to capture unique images. So they're collecting their own images, which is something that we wanted to do as well. But as you can imagine, Canada being such a big country, to coordinate all of that, to find a photographer that could go to a restaurant in St. John's.
Wow.
And PEI and Ottawa and Windsor, to have different photographers doing those things. That would be another. So that's why I said you'd need like $500 to $1,000 per restaurant to get it done properly, that. I shouldn't say properly, to get it done like that.
No problem. All right. Well, one of the reasons I like to do appetizers is that it allows people that are technically challenged getting into the platform to get in. And now we've got all three of our friends for today's show. One was in early. The other one was in early. He was driving. I'm glad he's not driving now. And then our last friend, she was having the struggle, but she's come out on the other side. She is here also. What we're going to do is we're going to take a break and we're going to come back. And also we're going to be asking people, especially if you're watching the Dr. Vibe Show YouTube channel, we have a poll for you, a question to ask you in real time. What we're going to do, we'll be back in about 30 seconds and we're going to get you hungry. That's what we're going to do. We're going to get you hungry. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Vibe Black's Restaurant Week, an amazing week, a flavorful week. We are eating good.
It's a national campaign created to promote Black-owned Canadian cuisine, food trucks, pop-up kitchens, and chefs.
Go out, taste the food, enjoy it, and get to know us and to get to know our culture.
Puts the spotlight on Black-owned dining establishments right across the country, not just here.
I love it. It's a flavorful week. I love that.
Flavorful.
Not how he's not only his in the head, like it's just so good. So good. Good.
We're feeding them again next week. We have 5 restaurants providing food every day, dropping off 7:30 a.m.
Whoa!
Yeah, man. Those guys, they love it. Ace and Marley, they love this, man.
All right.
Looking forward to it.
Good stuff. So let's do some housework before we get to it. As always, subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube and hit the notification button. Family, we finally hit 1,800 subscribers.
Woo!
Yes. Thank everybody. Now, if you haven't subscribed yet and you feel like doing it, as Nike said, just do it. Just do it. Want to get to our next 1,810. So if you know anyone, expose them to the channel, please let's do it. Also follow the Dr. Vibe Show on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Join the Discord group where we put up and keep the conversation going in between live shows, and there's the link to join the Discord group. To advertise your business, product, or service on any of the platforms that I'm a part of, email me dr.vibe@VIBESHOW.com. Also, Indie Soup TV, run and powered by my good friend, Dr. Tachi, out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Independent Content Creators Network on YouTube. 13 months in, 26,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is crazy. And to know someone that, but she is all that. Plus, she's a media professor. She has her PhD in communications, and she teaches media. Actually, you know what would be a great show one day, Roger, to have Dr. Tachi and Camille on together. Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
That
Power.
that would be, you know what? That would be a great show, Black Woman's Lens on media and things going on in media. You know, I'm going to reach out to Cam about that and see if she'd be interested in doing that. Like maybe once every few months.
Yeah.
You know?
Reach out, man. You got the direct line. I don't get involved with your relationship.
Okay, you're crazy. All right.
I don't get involved.
No, all right. It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, so just to highlight, only 4% of all YouTube channels have over 10,000 subscribers. And there's someone who's done it in a little over a year and basically doing it on her own. She actually runs it. She gets help there from interns, but she's powering it on her own. All right. There's some people in the comments want to shout them out. First up, Wayne Harris. Good morning, gents. Great to see you, Doctor. Yes, Wayne Harris and I were hanging out yesterday at a CEO Global Network event. It was incredible. The knowledge that was dropped there, getting, from top experts about what they feel is going to be going on in the Canadian economy in the next 2 years. We had a gentleman, not melanated, but he actually owns the biggest bakery chain in the Atlantic. And his product is distributed in Costco's right across Canada. And he's said, hey, if I ever need to chat with him about things, so I'm sending out an invite to chat with him in the next few days. But incredible presentation. And during his presentation, we all have heard, many of us who look like us, about the whole phrase about it takes a village to raise a child. Most of us have heard that, right? But he said it takes a village to power a business. It was that was the first presentation. It was on fire. And yes, Mr. Harris was in his element. I invited him and I said, I hope he enjoys it. He was all over it. So good to see you yesterday. The McMillan Group says, good morning, gentlemen. A lot of Black-owned dining restaurants trivia. Jeannie's, Keel and Steele's, Cole Pot, Shepherd and Chesswood, and another one, which I can't recall at the moment, in the Old Mill area.
Wow.
All right.
That's a long time.
Yeah, and he goes, he says, all of these restaurants existed during the 90s and were top-tier dining establishments with amazing food, service, and ambiance.
Who remembers Muse?
I do.
King Street.
I remember that.
I think Hotel X is there now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wayne Harris says, local photographers coordinated by a central photographer manager charge a standard fee for the photos and admin.
Yes, Wayne, 100%. Wayne, I need you on my team. Wayne asked some of the best questions.
Wayne and Ray, when they get in, I just sit back and we just click on.
Man. Just let them run with it.
Exactly. And good morning, Fitness IQ Cam. Hope you're doing well. I hope you're still alive after tax season.
My bookkeeper.
Yeah, and wearing her sharp outfits. I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay, let's get to it. So we are talking about Black Restaurant Week, which is happening again from Monday, May 12th to Sunday, May 18th.
Buy Blacks Restaurant Week.
Buy Blacks Restaurant Week.
Don't get me in trouble. I don't want anybody suing me.
No, Buy Blacks Restaurant Week. Edit. All right. Okay. And she sees one of our guests has got the thing right up in his screen. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring up 3 more restaurants that are participating. So we have Tados. We have
Chef.
And okay, there we go.
Yes.
All right. What are we talking about? Someone's got some background noise going on here. So let me just see who has to mute here. Testing. No, it's Tados. All right. Yeah. Okay. So Tados, what I need you to do, the man from Tados, when you're unmute yourself when you want to speak. Roger, I'll let you lead with a conversation.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Thank you so much, Dr. Vibe. Thank you so much for hosting us again. I think this is the 5th year that you're doing this series of interviewing the restaurants, participating in Restaurant Week. So I really appreciate it. I mean, I'm looking at 2 faces here. I don't know Rue. So Rue is in Nova Scotia. We haven't met, but I know personally Camellia and Al. And I'm going to say this. You see these 2 restaurants here are 2 of my favorite restaurants. Joyce Jamaican Eatery and Tados. I'm telling you, the food there, both of them, outstanding. Again, I'm glad I don't live on the West End because I would spend off all my money. I wouldn't cook. I wouldn't cook. I would just come to your restaurants and eat lunch and dinner every day. So I wouldn't bother with it. But I'm gonna let them talk about their own food, right, and what they do and everything. But I gotta say though, I mean, Joyce, you opened in December, I think you said.
The 6th of December.
And it's my favorite. I'm not ashamed to say this. It is my favorite Black-owned new restaurant that has opened.
I appreciate that.
Favorite. Right. So why don't we just start with her? Let me start with Camellia.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Camellia from Joyce Jamaican Eatery. So I started this restaurant because my husband, when I met my husband, I remember inviting him over one night, and it was in our dating period, and I was making fried chicken. So I said to him, would you like something to eat? And this was the eye I got. I was like, okay. All right, this happened, and this continued for like maybe a few weeks. So getting in the process. Now we've been together for 14 years. I've been, yes, 14 years. So this is something that I've been doing since I was 8. From I was younger, I was never a snacker. You know, you have kids growing up in our time, they wanted like McDonald's, Burger King, all of those stuff. I was never that type. Bun and cheese, I could never eat a bun and cheese and feel full. Never. So growing up with my grandma, she's always cooking. She used to cook. She didn't have a restaurant, but she used to cook and sell. So I was always in the kitchen with her. Sorry, someone is saying something.
Dr. Vibe, you're muted.
He's muted. I'm not hearing him.
No, Al, keep yourself muted unless you're talking because your audio's not great. Okay, there we go.
Thank you. Yeah, so my grandmother, she used to cook and sell to the community. So I was always in the kitchen with her, go to the grocery store on weekends. So turkey neck was my favorite. I started cooking turkey neck at the age of 8. Yes. So, you know, over the years, I developed a very great passion for it. So I'm always hosting like family dinners and stuff, cooking for my friends. So they're always like, why don't you open a restaurant? But I'm not that type of person. I enjoyed cooking at home for my friends and family, but I didn't want the headache. So how this came about, my grandmother passed away in 2021. So she doesn't even know the restaurant exists. So when I was doing the restaurant, like I was looking for names. I was trying to figure out what am I going to name the restaurant. And then I sat there and I was like, okay, I'm going to name it Joyce. So I didn't name it like Joyce Caribbean Cuisine or Joyce Restaurant. I named it Joyce Jamaican Eatery. To me, eatery, it's like home. I wanted to do something that reminds you of home, back home, like you're back home in Jamaica. So I was driving past the location where I'm at one day and I saw the open space. And my husband said to me, let's just drive over there and see what's happening. Let's look at the location. I parked in that car for 5 hours in the plaza, sitting down, just looking to see the flow. There's other businesses, Starbucks, you have Superlicious, Barbarito, Models. And I'm looking and I'm like, I like this location. Mind you, the space was empty. It was an empty shell. I was like, okay. So I sat there. But prior to that, like the 2 weeks before, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Ghost Kitchen. Yes. So when I was looking for locations, because I decided, okay, I'll just try out the restaurant thing. I sent an email for Ghost Kitchen to view the Ghost Kitchen. And when I went there, I was like, this is not for me. I don't want something where I'm going to be hidden. My very first location, I want to be seen. Like I want to showcase what I can do. So Ghost Kitchen wasn't it for me. So when I was driving past and I saw that location, I was like, I like the area. I like the space. So I went and I sat down there for the hours and then I sent an email. So when I saw the space, I went and I saw the space and I said to my husband, this is what I like. this is what I really want. And he was like, yeah, I can see the difference with here and when you went to the ghost kitchen, because I was really disappointed with the ghost kitchen. Mind you, I looked at this place from February. I started everything from scratch. Empty shell. And I started doing my thing from February of last year. Back and forth, there were times when I got really frustrated. Really, really frustrated. And then when I realized what I input, I was like, no, you can't get frustrated. Remember, Mama. Okay, back to November now. November 30th, we had our soft opening. And my social media manager, she invited a few influencers, and one influencer stood out. In the 2 weeks I was open, I had over 1,000 customers. 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Wow.
One influencer. She went on TikTok and we blew up. And I will be forever grateful to her. However, I didn't know opening a restaurant came with so much stress. My face blew up. It got big. Yeah, this wasn't me in November. The stress, oh my God, it took a toll on me. But for me to get up every morning, go out there, we have a done to order restaurant. Most of the items are done to order. And I have days where you have customers come in and they're annoyed. Why do you have a Jamaican restaurant that's done to order? Why can't we just come and get a fried chicken? Fried chicken is the signature dish. Signature. Takes roughly around 15 to 20 minutes. But then I try to explain, for me, I prefer to go to a restaurant where I could get the meal freshly done. My fried chicken, it has to be freshly done. I can't eat it if it's cold. Mm-hmm. I can't eat the food if it's done today and I eat it tomorrow. It's just how it makes me feel. So for me, I prefer that route, to go in every morning, prepare that meal. When the order comes in, then I can do it. I mean, I understand that you're not going to have everyone satisfied. I try to please everyone, but you can't please everyone. We're doing a good job. I love what I do. I love waking up every morning, going out to that restaurant, preparing those meals, and see the smile on the customer's face. We have customers that comes in every single day. I have customers that I see every single day. We have customers on Uber that orders every single day. I have customers that we close off Uber at 7:30. And I'm getting call on the phone at 7:45. And I stayed with my team and prepared those meals. Now, we have concerned customers that, they're concerned about the price. We might be a little bit higher. For that, I want to explain, like we source local ingredients. We use organic products, full organic products, coconut oil. We don't use vegetable oil. No vegetable oil. All our products are cooked with coconut oil. The ambiance. Roger, you can attest to that?
Yes, that's beautiful. Ambiance. The service was amazing. I got to say.
Service, we tie everything in one. So we might be a little bit on the higher end, but everything comes in to one. I wanted a warm, inviting, welcoming environment. There's we have customers that comes in and they're like, one came in yesterday and she was like, boy, me not tell you no lie. Me think me did I go come out here one Jamaican woman come around and say, where you are now? I'm like, oh my God. She's like, we get that all the time. And I'm like, no, you're not going to get that here today. You come, we appreciate your business. We're going to make you feel we're going to make you feel welcome. We want you to feel welcome. The customer service, I'm big on customer service. what you put out is what you get.
Yeah.
If I go to an environment, the same thing I want for myself, I want it for my business. I want my customers to come and feel very welcomed. Even if you don't like the food, which I know that's not possible. So even if you don't like the food.
Everything. And I went there with my son.
Yes,
it was
you
me
did.
and Chase. And we had every grain of rice.
Oh my.
We had
Yes,
everything.
that
There
is
was
true.
nothing left.
That is
When
true.
we were done, there was nothing left. Nothing.
Yes, that is true.
Chase wants me to come back. He wants to come back, by the way. Yeah.
Yes, that is true. And those are the things that wakes me up in the morning. I mean, when I tell you, I wish I had spoken to a restaurant owner before taking on this task. But I know my grandmother's up there smiling every day, saying she's very proud. She doesn't know it exists, but I know she's very proud. I feel good to know that I'm there to provide that type of service, that type of food. I mean, the stress gets to me sometimes, and I just have to take a deep breath and remember why I'm doing this. I have persons depending on me because we have a staff of like 8 people. So I have persons depending on us. So the drive, it feels good when I see customers like Roger, like yourself, come in and, tell us everything was wonderful. That makes my day. That makes me want to get up every morning and come out and do what I do.
No lie, man.
Yes.
The space to the decor that you have in there.
I put my heart and soul in it.
Yes. To be honest with you, it doesn't look like the typical
No. We get
traditional
that all the
Jamaican
time.
restaurant.
We get that all the
like
time.
That
Yes. We get that all the time. Yes.
No,
and that's what I wanted. I wanted something that I could design it on my own, not somebody else's design, but my design. And I did that from scratch.
I have a question for you. I saw that when I came there, of course, it was cold.
Yes.
Do you have a patio during the summer?
We have a patio.
Right. That's why
we have a patio. Yes.
Just so that people know, because I know that inside it's kind of you're facing the window, so the dining is different.
Yes.
But if you have the patio, then
we have the patio in the summertime. Yes.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. I'll be there this evening actually because I do something else. Dr. Vibe has a question.
Yes.
You're kicking it off really good, and I got to get there. What time do you open? What time do you open on Saturdays?
Saturdays 12 to 9.
Okay, I may be dropping by there tomorrow.
No worries.
Are you there?
I am there every day.
Okay, all right. So a few things. There've been a pile of comments, and I want to do a live poll with people. So first of all, Wayne Harris says, "Greetings. Love to see all these Black-owned restaurants.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to next week. I'm passing through as many as possible."
Yes.
Food Plane says, "Hello, Dr. Vibe and my fellow colleagues." He says, I wasn't missing this one. He's actually a foodie. He does a lot of food stuff down in the United States. So he is happy to be here. Wayne Harris says, "Turkey bacon for the win."
Boy, I love a turkey because I don't eat red meat. So I rather the oxtail recipe with the turkey neck instead. So that's what, there's somebody that used to make that. Please put that on your menu then for me. Just for me. You
can call me and I'll prepare that for you.
Yes, just for me.
And I'll prepare that for you.
The Food Plane says, "Yes, good to be here." She says, "Love it. I appreciate her keeping it real. I have great respect for the field."
Thank you.
Dr. Tachi says, "Good morning, all. We mentioned you earlier on." And in Food Plane, if you ever come to Toronto, we got to get you here now, because he goes, "Congratulations on following your dream." And he also says hello to Dr. Tachi, which is great. And since we've got a number of you here, especially on the YouTube, the Dr. Vibe Show YouTubes, I have a quick little poll I want people to get involved with. We have, there we go. Simple question. If you're watching this on the Dr. Vibe Show YouTube channel, have you eaten at or ordered from a Black-owned restaurant in the last month? 1, enter means yes. 2, enter no. I'm not putting not sure, because you'll know if you eat a Jamaican restaurant or not. All right.
Okay.
Black owned. Sorry, black owned restaurant.
Fusion restaurant.
Fusion restaurant. So, Roger, who do you want? Who do you want to find out about next?
I'm gonna go. I think Al is a gentleman, and he's gonna say, you know what? Let the ladies talk first, and I'll close the show.
Okay.
So Rue has a restaurant called Flavors from the Savannah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct? Right?
Yes, that is correct.
Came recommended by one of my colleagues in Nova Scotia, in Halifax. Came highly recommended. They strongly recommended that Rue participate in Restaurant Week. So, you know what? I'm actually going to be in Halifax in the fall. I don't know if it's October or November. So I will be hitting you up to sample some of your cuisine. So please.
Please do hit me up when you're in the city. I will be happy to.
Absolutely. I will. Can you tell us a little bit about what it is that you do and how you got into the business?
Okay, sure. My name is Ruvarashe, but I go by Ru. And I moved to Halifax, Nova Scotia almost 7 years ago, but I've been in Canada for over 10 years, and I'm originally from Zimbabwe. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. So I grew up in Zimbabwe and then moved here for university a couple years ago. I won't say how long because I don't want to show my age. So my story is a little bit similar. It involves my grandma as well. Growing up, I was one of 3 and I'm the only girl. And so growing up, I spent a lot of time with my grandma in the kitchen. She enjoyed hosting. So that's where my passion for food and cooking and hosting was birthed. So I've always been that girl that's always in the kitchen and serving and hosting and trying out new recipes on my family. So it's basically been a passion of mine. And then during COVID, I took a little break from work, and then I just decided, I'm just going to start working on my passion, which is cooking and hosting and making meals for people. So I started doing pickup meals during the week because I wasn't working. I had a lot of time, and I did this with a friend and would make Zimbabwean meals. So there's so many dishes like peanut butter rice, peanut butter kale. We also do oxtail. We also do, we did cow feet, all these traditional Zimbabwean meals. And we have the Zimbabwean staple is called sadza. So it's basically like a cornmeal porridge, which we also did. So it was going so well, and we had all these customers. Not only Zimbabweans were our customers, everyone, other Africans, Caribbeans, were also interested in trying out our meals and stuff like that. And then when COVID kind of slowed down, I went back to work. So I kind of put on a pause, but I have restarted. I relaunched, and now it is called Flavors from the Savannah. And so I am making these meals inspired by my grandmother, what she taught me, all the recipes she taught me. And the meals are actually named after specific places in Zimbabwe. So I have a meal that's called Harare, which is an oxtail meal, which is named after the capital city of Zimbabwe. I have a meal that's called Mereki, which is basically a place where people just go to hang out, and it's barbecue pork, beef, sausage. So I named a barbecue meal after that spot as well. I have a meal that is called Kumusha, which translates to Kumusha or Kumunda, which translates to home. So it's a vegetarian meal, and it just reminds me of just being back home. And then Kumusha translates to home, but also means village. So growing up, we used to go visit my grandparents in the village, and it's all about homegrown ingredients. So it's beans, it's the kale, the fresh kale. And so I'm back to doing more of a pop-up style. So I do it usually on weekends, and it's also pre-order. So people order different meals on the menu, what they would want to come and pick up. I think that's basically Flavors from the Savannah. So we're pretty small right now, but the dream is big. I plan to make it more of like a cultural experience. That's why I named every meal on my menu in relation to something from back home. So people who there's a story behind, like for example, I was just explaining like Harare. A person will ask, "Oh, what does that mean?" And then I'll explain to them, "Oh, Harare is the capital city of Zimbabwe, and it's like it's the biggest city in Zimbabwe," stuff like that. So I'm trying to make it more of like a cultural experience for my customers outside of just it being like food that people enjoy, like, and all the stories behind each meal, and then just educating people about Zimbabwe. It's a country that I love and that I miss so much. Yeah.
Wow.
That's my
I have
story.
some friends. I have some friends that were on my son's soccer team that are from Zimbabwe as well, and they were also excellent. They are excellent cooks. Excellent. Yeah. Excellent.
I just want to jump in here. Sorry to interrupt. The food plane has a question for you and saying, I'm curious, did she ever find that educating the public about African cuisine was a challenge? Unfortunately, in the U.S., African restaurants struggle. And he says, I'm a huge fan of African food.
Yeah, I feel like right now, there are some people who are open to trying new dishes, and it's just hard to, maybe some people don't relate to specific, like if you tell people like, oh, you should try out cow feet, some people may be like, oh my gosh, what's that? But like, you know what I mean? But there's some individuals that like are interested, like enthusiasts that are interested in learning more, because food is more, it's very much related to the culture. So if I tell you that this is what we eat, I'll be able to explain to you what it means in my culture, as much as it's different from what you're used to eating. It's a little difficult, but there are some people who are open to new experiences.
You know, it's funny. Just listening to you, guy. The Jamaicans, the two other Jamaicans here would say, all the menu items that you listed, almost all of them are cooked in Jamaica as well, right?
Yeah.
So Caribbean people need to understand that the inspiration for the food that you're cooking right now came from the motherland.
Exactly.
Not the reverse, right?
Exactly.
So all those meals and everything were Africans that traveled to the Caribbean under various circumstances that brought their cuisine, and then got some modification in the different countries with different countries, whether it was Spanish, French, British, Portuguese, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, there's so many similarities with the food, like in the Caribbean and African countries too, and even within Africa, it might be the same dish, but cooked totally differently and has a different history and a different significance to the culture as well.
I'm just going to jump in for a second. And like the engagement today is out of bounds. Like there's comments like, so the food plane says, I think speaking about Joyce says, I can see the hospitality in her.
Yes.
Nice to see. Just Tornado, who's in Texas, says, lot of mercy. I have to come up and try this food.
You have to walk under the Black Food Tour, man. We're always welcome.
Yeah. And Dr. Tachi says, hey there to Just Tornado. She goes, Just Tornado says, Dr. Tachi, I'll meet you in Florida and we'll fly to Canada to eat.
Yes.
Let's see. Food Plane says, as captain chef of the shift, when the storms come, as we call it, being in the weeds, not that weed, how do you keep your, I guess it's for all, well, let's come back to that question because I think it's a question for everybody. So let me just come back to that later. Let me see if there's other comments. Frequency of Event Promotions Gold. I've tried Joyce's food. Ooh la la. Food is great. Maybe Roger can help with this one. The Macmillan Group says, I'm in Saga for a quick visit next week. Please drop a few spots in the chat for me. Honey soul food. Yes, I can. If you're watching
in Brampton, Jamaica,
there you go.
Yeah,
he says I can commit to make it. I can commit to making to 2 or 3 spots. The food plane says Zimbabwe. Wow, amazing. My friend Nico Navales is from there. Food says he also says, oh, yummy. Dr. Tachi says wonderful. What else do we got here? Okay, we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that for now. So, and also I wanted to show the poll for everybody. So we do have people that go to Black restaurants in the last month, believe it or not. Check this out. 100. So those are
There
number
you
of
go.
people have gone. A lot
There
of
you
people
go.
have gone.
There you go.
All right.
There you go.
All right. So Roger, go
The
ahead.
last person on here today is my friend Chef. You know, Chef Al. I think he got a good friend of mine recommended actually that we do an event at his space. So that's how it started. That's what it's. I'd heard about the restaurant from before, but he was hard to contact because he's so busy. He's so busy. He's hard to contact. But we eventually went there. We sat down. We had a talk with him. So here's something I'm going to say, and this is something for all restaurants to take note of. I went into the bathroom, and I swear to you, I could eat food off of his floor. It was so clean. It was impeccable. Like, and I've done it three times, and every time it's the same thing. And that's something that a lot of people go to restaurants. If they go in the bathroom and the bathroom is not well kept, that's a reflection of how the kitchen will be.
As we say in Jamaica, red flag.
Red flag, right? So that was the first thing. But the second thing was we've tried so many things from his menu. Like my wife and I and the kids went there, and we tried a ton of stuff, and everything tasted good. There was not one meal that was, I would say, was well, it's okay, or it's average, or no, it was good. So if you're in that side of the world in the Etobicoke, Rexdale area, it's not even such a far drive, to be honest with you. Even for me, it's not that a far drive. You should go check out Tyler's. But love to hear the inspiration and the story, Chef Al.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, go for it.
Yes, so we are Tados. Am I clear?
Yeah, you're
The mic is copy, yeah.
Okay, because I'm hearing some statics.
It's coming from, it's you. Oh.
I don't know what's going on. So the thing is, with our restaurant, it's mostly a seafood, because I'm from a seafood era, Rocky Point, Clarendon. So growing up, that's all we are into.
Can I make a suggestion? Maybe speak lower. Maybe there'll be less. Yeah, but there's a lot of feedback going on.
Well, you know what? Let me see if it's a connection. Maybe it's my connection. 1 second.
All right. No,
Yeah, that thing about the clean bathroom thing. Tash the Millionaire was one of the first people who spoke about that. She went to the restaurant. She said that the restaurant bathroom was clean like Jesus' police record. I think that was one of the first comments that really got her that notoriety. I love how she covers restaurants and she goes through everything, methodically. The space, the service, the food, how they present it. Yeah, she's very, 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 very good that way. That was the person that tipped you off.
She was the one that blew up.
I know, man. I know. We follow her, man. We follow her. I know her. I've known her actually way before she even considered doing influencer work.
Yes, she gives honest reviews. She gives honest reviews.
Yes.
Oh man, am I better at it?
Not really. Not really. Do you have another device you can log in with? Because this one, I don't want you to lessen your presence, but this is giving a good representation of you.
Are you on a computer or a phone?
It's my phone.
That's probably why.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a computer here with me right now, so.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
What I would say is, Dr. I was saying, if you speak a little lower, maybe turn down the volume as well. It might help.
Yeah, maybe.
Any better?
A little.
A little bit more. Turn it down a little bit more, I'd say.
I don't know what's going on.
That's well. Just if you stay at that volume and don't because even when we talk, there's feedback.
Okay, with our restaurant, we are mostly seafood based. Because growing up, as I was saying, that's basically all we cook. So my first job here was at a restaurant. My second job at a restaurant. So my friends was like, why don't you just do your own thing? And here we go. As Jai said earlier, I was passing a location and I saw it for sale and I stopped. just the same as she did. And we moved on from there. I bought the place, renovated, have my own spin on it, and we opened, I think, 2 weeks before COVID.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was a beautiful opening. Everything was going fine. And then 2 weeks, lockdown, everything. So just, it was a struggle from there. But, you know, with the community, family, friends, people still, they kept coming, they support. And with the help of, you know, the community, we did survive COVID, and we're still here. So most of our meal, as I said, is seafood based. So fish, shrimp, lobster, crab legs, and most of our seafood, we do sources from Jamaica. So some things might be seasonal, because if I can't get certain things from home, I won't put it on the menu. So those things you won't get because I needed it straight from home. So with other things like the basic oxtail, goat, chicken, and all those stuff, yes, we do have them on the menu. Everything is here. As Roger said, very good. But, you know, we're more seafood driven. And then with our ambience and our atmosphere, it's more family oriented. You'll come, you'll eat, ready to leave, but you'll get caught in a conversation, some form of discussion. We will be still here sitting down for like another hour or two, just participating in the conversation. So it's more family oriented. It's more of a home place where you're here and you feel homely. So, you know, that's the vibe we give. You might there have a drink, maybe watching a game or something, and then time flies so fast you don't even realize you're still here. Yeah. So that's the type of vibe we offer here. But the food, as Jai said, most of our seafood, like all the seafood is done to order. So you won't get it offhand. You got to pre-order, or you come and you have to wait, and then you'll get it fresh. And it's just made your way and just for you. So, yeah. So that's us right there in a nutshell.
And what I like is that you can actually dine in. How many people can you seat again, Al?
I think we seated like 32 or 40. Yeah, comfortable seated. Yeah, for dining.
Yeah, it's very deceptive because when you look at from the outside, it doesn't look as big as it is. Yeah, when you look at it from the in the strip mall, it doesn't look that big. But when you step inside, there's a decent amount of space.
They come inside.
Yeah.
Okay. Some questions and comments. Dr. Chachi says, let's do this. Dr. Chachi says, all of this sounds divine. Wayne Harris said, and we're doing what we can to get her up here. You know, Wayne Harris says, quote of the day, the restaurant was clean like Jesus's police record. Love that. All right. We got question from Wayne Harris, because when Wayne Harris gets in, you better be ready, family, to answer some questions. He says, our community has some health issues like diabetes, high blood pressure, and cholesterol. How do you balance flavor, cost, prep time, and healthy options?
We rarely use like sugar. We don't really use sugar in any of our menu. We don't use sugar. Salt is an issue. Again, with our food, you get to decide what you want in it because it's done to order. So as Joyce was saying, it's not there sitting and waiting for one for all. No, you decide. Because I have customers come in, they don't want onions, they don't want tomatoes. Like everybody decide are allergic to something else. So here it's done your way, the way you want it, and whatever it is that you're allergic to or you're not into, you won't be getting that. So that's one way of us combating that.
Okay. I have a customer that has diabetes. We do basmati rice. That's the only rice we serve in our restaurant, basmati rice. Basmati rice, it has a lot of health benefits. The customer, he comes in for fish, brown stew fish, every single day. Drives all the way from Brampton. And how I prepare his fish, he doesn't want salt, he doesn't want season. But I prepare it, and how I prepare it with natural ingredients. Scallion, thyme, onion, and I prepare that for him. I add my carrots, I add pumpkin, and he comes every single evening to pick up his brown steel fish.
Every evening.
Every evening from Brampton. He calls like 45 minutes before. He's African too. He's African. Yes. He's from Tanzania. And he drives from Brampton every single evening to get his brown stew fish and rice and peas. He says that rice and peas that we make is the only rice and peas he eats, and it doesn't trouble his blood sugar.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So it's very good when you do done to order, because you have customers that come in. We have customer that comes in and say they want the escovitch fish, but they don't want no salt on it.
100%.
I can prepare that fish with the esco, the pickles. There's no salt on the fish.
Rue?
Yes, pretty much the same thing, because with pre-order, at least a person's able to tell you like no salt, no spice, no whatever. So that way you're able to like accommodate people with health concerns and try to make the food as healthy as you can. And like my other restaurant owners here, they're talking about how like their food is organic and locally sourced. That's also a good option for meeting people's health needs as well.
Okay. All right. Dr. Tachi says all of this sounds divine.
Dr. Tachi, we're waiting.
Yes, all of this sounds divine. And then she says basmati rice is fantastic, and it's pH Thank you. Right balanced. Back at you, Dr. Tachi. Before again, Buy Black's Restaurant Week. There's the link. It's in most of the comment sections. At least go to the website. At least do that.
Yeah.
At least do that. All right. As always, subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube. Hit the notification button. Like the Dr. Vibe Show on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Join the Discord group. Email me. There's my email address, the Walamala. Please and thank you. And click on the link to Discord. Advertise your business, product, or service. Email me. Also, we never forget this point, though. Buyblacks.com. There's the website. There's the Facebook. There's the Instagram. There's the TikTok. There's 100,000 other things, but I don't got enough room on my lower thirds to fit everything in. But they're everywhere. Also, Ryan Knight, if you want to get in touch with him, and I'm cutting it short because of time, because I know Roger's got to run. There's the stuff for me. Also, you can catch me on Substack and other things. And that's where you can watch the replays of this epic conversation. And ironically, Restaurant Week starts on Monday. Guess who we have on Monday? Carolyn.
She's going to say, hey, don't go to the restaurant.
Don't do those things.
Don't eat no meat. Don't eat no meat. Come eat drink some juices and have some gluten-free dessert. Which they are also participating, and they have some great specials as well, too.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
They have some healthy desserts.
Yes. So they have a wide range of food stuff. So she'll be on. So I should get, you know what? I should get Carolyn to ask Ryan before she comes on. When she comes and say, so Ryan, are you having any oxtail this week? I'm going to see if I can do that at a time. Just plan it in her. But that's it. We'll be back on Monday. That's it. This has been a great week. And as always, don't just manage your time, manage your energy. Remember to give yourself grace. Sometimes you have to get smaller to get, I'm butchering this up. Live your life as a dream. If you can dream it, you can make it. Sometimes you have to get smaller to get stronger. Aim bigger, aim better, aim higher, aim wider. Don't just manage your time, manage energy. Remember to give yourself grace. If you're not making money, make history. Try to do both. And make it better. Have a great weekend. If you're watching this live, if you're watching this replay, just have a great day. God bless. Peace well. Keep the faith and walk good.
Bye.
This whole thing of using your business with plant-based products, don't you think your life should reflect that too?
Juke him, Carolyn. Juke him. The family loves us here because they're saying Fitness IQ Can says put a wig on to get in.
Oh God! Oh my God!
Like the ideas are just coming fast and furious here this morning. What? Okay, look at this. Global Women Ambassador. Good morning. Look forward. Okay.